doing that a little too much. Wait, do that again.
Oh, you fucker.
Oh!
I got a skin flake in my eye.
So you see the new bug in Helldivers 2?
No.
No?
I haven't played all week. I didn't even play today.
With the last patch, what they do, I can't remember what the main
Hold
part
on.
of the patch was. What?
Did you get the TikTok I sent?
No. Today? No.
The Helldivers one.
Which one?
About how to train a stalker?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I sent you the automaton one. Like,
No. Go check out your TikTok now.
you sent it like yesterday?
No, like today.
Oh, today?
Was it today?
I think it was yesterday.
It's a swipe one.
Yeah. I sent you the same one. It's the automatons, though.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. I send this guy TikToks all the time. He never opens them up and looks at them.
I look at the political ones. What the
I think my phone just cried.
Yeah.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? Oh, it is. Oh, what's that weird audio thing that everyone's crying over? I don't even know what it's for, but let's see.
Womp womp.
Let's see what. There we go. Let's see. What did you send, Ma? It's been a while. Say hi. This is crazy. What? No, I didn't see that one.
No, there's one I sent you where it's
we came to tame them.
No.
Or we can tame them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sent you. See, he sends me this. This is yesterday. All right. We go down the list here.
He sends me a lot.
You go down.
I do watch him.
Political things, weird things.
I sent you a few politicals. I sent you a lot of weird ones too.
Where? Oh, Triple H playing Kratos. Cast as Kratos.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was like, that's actually a good cast. I like that one. Still going.
I just don't know if the voice would work.
We're still going down here. I don't remember when I sent it.
Oh wow.
I did. I think
Yeah, I saw that one.
that one.
Can't see that one, guys.
It's nothing. It's just a target. It's a police target shooting or whatever it is. All the black lines are hit. That's not funny. Jeez.
No, it's not funny.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. Somewhere in here.
It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. I forgot you sent me that one though because I saw that one. We can tame them. You've been reported.
It must have been a while ago. I know I sent it to you, but
you've been reported for being a sympathizer. Or something like that.
Yeah. It's the automatons. It was how to be an automaton, and it said swipe right or swipe left or whatever. And I swiped. I'm like, yes. It's like thought crimes or whatever it is. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the bug for no pun. For Helldivers, I can't remember if it was in the last patch notes, but one of the things they did was, one of the minor things they fixed was with the arc weapons, like the shotgun and the regular, like the support weapon, the one that I always use now.
Yeah.
It wasn't tracking hits correctly. So, like, you'd fire once, and it would, like, I would play matches where I'd primarily use that, and it said at the end of the match, like, shots fired 30.
Yeah.
Because it's just when I took my sidearm or something out. So they changed it so it would register each shot fired, so it would count. Well, what happened is, I think the widely accepted reasoning behind it is what would happen is the gun would arc to multiple targets. So, but what would happen is you'd fire once and it would hit. So then at the end of the game, there was people that were showing numbers of accuracy, 120%. So I think what happened was the game actually went, you can't have 120% clearly. So the game would go into this confirm deny loop, infinite loop, and freeze the game. So anytime for like you'd play the game and all of a sudden it would just freeze.
Yeah.
And for a minute, or like a couple nights ago, I was playing. I'm like, what the? I played 3 games. The first one froze. Second one didn't. Third one froze. I'm like, what the? And it would freeze in the middle of it or toward the end of it. So then I went on Reddit and I was looking at some of the threads on there, and people started to narrow it down. It's like, I think it's the arc weapons. And I'm like, that would make sense because I would use those. And then there was some theories coming out, and one of them was the one I just said. And I'm like, that one makes sense because then the game just goes into this infinite loop of trying to confirm or deny whether you can have 120% accuracy. It's like, I shot. So it would freeze. So now I've been playing. It's like, okay, so I'm just going to play and not use arc weapons, which I'm fine with, whatever, because that's before I started using that weapon. I was using the grenade launcher and everything else. So the devs identified it, confirmed it, and said, yeah, it's all arc weapons. So they're working on a patch for that now.
Okay.
But I can't even remember what the patch was for, the original one.
But there's a new bug?
That it.
Oh, I think.
Oh, yeah. That too. They fly now. It's fun. And they're like glass cannons. Okay? So it takes like 1 or 2 hits and you can take them down. But they fly. And at the same time, you're still dealing with the regular swarms that are on the ground. So that's great. And they'll like 1 or 2 shot you. Boom! Done. Like, you know what's really fun? I identified their nests. They kind of look like the spores, except it has like a bunch of like these yellow, like the bright yellow things that are on the ground.
Yeah.
It's like spores, but with those all over them. And you'll know when you come across them because those things will like seek you out way before you get to the nest. So, yeah, they fly now.
They basically mimic hornets.
It's kind of like the shriekers from Tremors. Tremors 3.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fun. So, yeah, they fly now. I just played a game earlier where we Let
me guess, you're 50 now, aren't you?
No. 49. We spawned in, came down in our pods, and landed what I thought was one of the spores. It was one of the shrieker nests. Took the nest. I was like, oh, we took the spore out. And I turned around, and there's a fucking swarm of them. I'm like, okay, what's a spore? We're in the nest. And what I figured out
and fucked
is there's a shit ton of those bile nurses, the spewers, the pukers, all around the base of the nest. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I love this.
500 kilogram bomb.
I normally am a very keen team player in the game. That was one of the instances where I'm like, you're on your own, guys. And I fucking beelined out of there. I always have the 500k bomb. I dropped it right at my feet and I took off running. I was like, if I shoot team kills, I'll get you out of there. But I was gone.
So speaking of bugs in the game, you sent me that picture of you stuck on the rafters or something like that.
Oh my god, that's another one too.
The game you quit last weekend when we were playing.
Yep.
The game you quit, I was supporting you guys without getting attacked at all. I didn't realize I backed into a cliff.
Oh, you were all...
I could walk in and out. I was shooting through the cliff.
The cliff or a ramp? Because there's a couple...
The cliff.
When we were...
It was like a little mountainside.
Yeah.
We were on the ground. I backed up into... I was trying to back up along the wall. All of a sudden, I realized there's something on my screen. Like, what the hell is that?
So you like GTA'd yourself in the early days? Like,
so I run out. I look. I'm like, oh, wait, what? I run at the wall. I realized I ran through it. Turn around. I'm like... I tried sending the message, but all the bugs started swarming right there. They couldn't come in and get me. So I was like, pop, pop, pop. Crap, how do I get out of this? Because if I run out of ammo, I can't get it.
I saw a glitch where someone went into the bug, the breach, or the holes that they come out of the nest. Because usually when you go in there, you just automatically die. Well, he didn't die. He went in there and he dropped down. It looks like, in like 15 feet in game. And he was just there and he's looking around like,
help.
There's no way out. He just ended up throwing a grenade down and killing himself to get out.
I would have put a 500 kilogram bomb. Well, going out in a blaze of glory.
Yeah, the bug he's talking about, the glitch that happened is we got out of a game, and you know how you check your stats after. Well, we're on the platform at the top of the platform. I check my stats, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So I sent you all. I took a picture of the stats to send him because this is right before that. He's like, that was the night they're like, every time I fucking jump in a game, it's just shit that happens. And I end up dropping all the same. It was like just Murphy's Law all the time. So he jumps out, and I play one game on my own, and I end up like everything went as smooth. I had like 500 whatever kills. We as a team had over 50 samples. Like, it was smooth sailing. So I was like, I just thought it was funny. So I went to take a picture of it and send it to him. So I take the screenshot, exit out. And when I exit out, I'm suddenly standing in the rafters of the ship.
Yep.
I was like, that's odd. I'm like, okay. So I move around and I drop down in between the two sidebars where the platform is, the sidebars, and then where you go and play like your fucking game there. So I drop down between it. I'm like, whatever. I'll just move my way out.
Strategemo?
So
is what it's called?
Yeah, whatever it is. So I run around a couple times, then I turn around and suddenly the screen like goes black and back, and I'm down in the hangar. I'm like, okay. So I'm running around.
Black.
Yeah, I'm running around, and I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to the back of the hangar, see how far I can go. So I go to the back, and I'm like, wouldn't that be cool if like the hangar door was open and I could just jump out? So I go. And I drop down one level, and it's just all like, there's no hangar door. I'm like, oh, that sucks. Wait a minute, there's another level. So I go, and sure enough, the door's partially open. I'm like, there's no way. And then I just suddenly start falling. I'm like, ah! I'm dropping. But they had already started the next mission, so the timer was going down anyway. So I just fell for about 8 seconds before they finally start the mission. I was like,
fuck you guys, I don't need a help pod.
Wouldn't it be fucking cool if I dropped down to the mission, but I was in a glitch or I was invincible or some shit like that? Like, the hell pod's dropping. Like Brian from fucking Half Baked. Oh, my nads.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, what if this rainbow isn't real? What if the king...
That's pretty much what it turned into.
If you know, you know.
Taste the rainbow.
No. Yeah, and dude, whatever. I don't know what the fuck it is with my luck. I will sit there. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's the way I play. Maybe I'm playing with the wrong people. Or people are getting the vibe I'm playing the wrong way. So they just say, screw it, we're not going to try. So I actually support. I've started supporting.
I don't think so. I just think every now and again, it's just one of those days where you're like, I mean, I have them in the game too. I go in there and I'm like, nothing's fucking working.
I will sit there. I will fucking hunt down fucking samples. I will sit there and you drop them. I'll pick them up. I'll throw you down near me. I'll make sure I cover you so you can get your weapons back. And then, boom, I die at the fucking goddamn extraction ship and people get on without me.
Today,
yeah.
Actually, I saw a clip before of someone dropping the 500 kg bomb. And they chuck it, and they're like, yeah, we're going to take him out. And the bomb lands right in front of them. That fucking happened to me today. I was just about ready to extract. I was like, oh, man, I'm going to throw this bomb over there. I had the jetpack. And I was like, all right, I was up on top of one of those half-stacked whatevers where you couldn't get reached.
Yeah.
So I'm up on top of there, and I chuck the bomb over. It lands on the ground. The laser's on the ground, like 40 feet in front of me. And I fire at one of the little tiny, like, flea-looking things. Kill that, turn back, boom, right in front of me. I'm like, what? And I try to jetpack, but there ain't no. So I jumped and then got launched after I jumped. Body parts, torso flying this way. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
I learned how, but I'm not good at it yet, how to do the eagle screech.
Oh, jeez.
Fuck you. It's in, not out.
Yeah.
I know that now.
Oh.
Didn't know that before.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Did someone tell you that?
No, I figured it out.
Oh, you're just doing it in your truck one day?
Yep.
Like,
Legit. Fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you, Skexy.
What? There it is.
I'm like sitting there. It was a couple days after I fucked up on the mic, and I was like, just figure out I can't. I can't. How do you... And when I did that, I made it like a little... I was like, wait a second. And I started...
That's like a depressed eagle. Oh, that's Eeyore eagle.
That's a depressed Elden sigh.
Igor. Yeah.
Eeyore, Elden. Eeyore, Elden.
Eldon. Eeyore.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. See the community members in Hell Divers?
What?
devs, the community members, there were some that were asking for an LGBTQ cape, and the dev said no. And then they tried, like, the one thing with the Helldivers devs is they're very based and straightforward. Like, they don't have to go through a whole bunch of PR and everything because it's a small company. So they, like, directly interact with a bunch of the people there, which is great because then you get things like this where they said, hey, can we have an LGBTQ flag? And they just straight up went, no. No, because and I was like...
It's a game.
Yeah, and I said this before. I'm like we talk about politics here, and that's fine. Keep that shit out of the fucking video games.
Yep.
Like, fucking keep them out.
That's where we escape the bullshit.
I go to that, like, you want the flag? We have the Super Earth flag. Like, that's it. That's the only flag you need. You don't need all the other bullshit. Keep that shit to your real world shit. You don't need to fucking, look, my avatar's... No one fucking cares. Nobody fucking cares. Unless you're flying, like, the Terminated flag or something, then go fuck yourself.
Or the automaton flag.
Yeah, like, the whole game
then you're getting reported.
Like, that is celebrating individuality. You want to do that in the real world, fine. This game is not about individuality. This game is about everyone as a collective. You don't even see you in the game. No. At all. You have no color. Like, the only thing you can do...
No skin color. You can change your voice.
Yeah, you change your voice.
And your body structure.
You're either beefy or you're thin.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you don't need anything after that. There is nothing after that. That's it. So when they said no, we're not doing anything. The only thing you get is, like, the opening cinematic with the game. The guy that's actually saying, things like this is happening all across the galaxy. You could be next. Like,
dear God, no, not my family.
Sweet liberty.
No. Yeah, sweet liberty. And then the camera was up, so he walks on it.
Look familiar?
Yeah. Incidents like this are happening all across the universe.
Yeah.
Or the galaxy, whatever he says. Oh, God.
Yeah, we fight for... I think Asmongold said it the best. He's like, we fight for Super Earth. We don't fight for Super America, Super Africa, like Super NATO, Super anything like that.
But that's not good enough for some people.
Super white.
We could literally become a one-world government where... Futurama, president of the Earth, where everybody's it's a planet now. There's no more countries. You're offensive and racist.
Yeah.
Wait, what? But you're Earthian.
Earthian.
I'm African Earthian.
I'm African.
I'm American Earthian. Ugh, that's gross.
Yeah, that's close to Aryan. Earthian. Jeez. That's dark. Yeah, but
so are they.
The devs.
Sorry, Aryans.
The devs.
Aryan Brotherhood
are pretty.
Their sense of humor is extremely dark.
I suppose it is.
And a bit racist.
Yeah, but they're pretty based, and they're just like, no, we're not. Because as soon as you open that floodgate, minus everything else, it just...
Oh, yeah.
Now you have to have every other flag, everything in there. And no, just don't. Save yourself all that headache. Although there was a leak. And I don't know if you want to know this.
I do.
I was like, oh, whatever. I didn't think they were going to do this, but apparently they are. Attachments for all weapons. But not like your basic whatever attachments. Like, say for the laser cannon, there was one like a prism like a spread. So the laser cannon, you'll have your like super focused laser, probably like a massive shot in one spot. Or you can prism it out. This is just speculation, because all you see is data files of text of what it is. So this is speculation. But what I'm guessing is, or you could prism the laser shot out, so it'd be a wide shot and hit multiple targets, less power, but multiple targets. That's one. Then there's silencers. There's new weapons that'll be silencers.
Oh, good.
There is drum magazines and stuff, and some people like maybe it'd be drum magazine for that little Uzi, the sidearm Uzi. Like that would be that would be a game changer. But it's not just it's like 6 pages of attachments for all like stratagems and primaries and secondaries. Like
fucking tweaking over here.
A shit ton of them. And what else? I think there was there's older leaks that they've known about for a while. Another exosuit, but instead of missiles and a machine gun, it's going to be dual autocannons.
Oh,
So I'm like, that'll be a heavy hitter. The dune buggy, basically a scout vehicle.
That'd be fucking awesome.
It's a three person, so there'll be one person left behind. Sorry, buddy.
Fucking Halo all over again. 2 in the fucking the front seat of the driver's seat, 1 in the gunner. The 4th fucking person on the team gets left behind.
It'd be fucking Willem Dafoe in the end of Platoon. An APC. That's another one.
APC.
That's gonna be
APC.
Yeah, armored personnel.
Craft.
No, carrier. It's GTA 5, whatever it is. The last one. And it would drop mines out the back. It had the little machine gun on top.
Why am I drawing a blank on what the hell you're talking about?
I don't know. Hold on. I got you.
Please.
APC.
Abdub.
That's a clock. There they are.
Oh.
Yeah. So they have an APC, evidently, they're going to have in the game. There was something else, too. I was like, that's fucking cool. I think the next war bonds will be fire-based, incendiary.
It's already there. Steeled.
Fire? No, they'll have, I think that's where the turret one is going to come in, where you actually have the mounted or the manned flamethrower turret. Something else, too.
You're talking about, the guns, the gear,
Yeah.
the grenades. Yeah, steeled veterans. The one with the robotic arm and the robotic leg.
Yeah. I know what one you're talking about.
That's all incendiary weaponry.
But evidently you're going to come out with more. Or explosive. Or maybe it's explosive. That's what it is, explosive.
Oh, okay, I see.
Because one of the
Explosive.
armors, they are coming out with a flame turret, but one of the armors is super heavy. Kind of like the bomb squad one.
Yeah.
But it's all metal and not like a fucking Michelin Man pillow.
Fuck you.
But
I like that outfit.
It's slow as shit, though.
I know. But
I like
fluffy.
I like the arc
and
one
friendly.
I have. Fluffy and friendly. The one armor that I was sporting for a little bit before I got into the arc thrower.
The one I'm using still.
Yeah, that's great because it's got the higher armor, but it's fast.
Mm-hmm.
Problem is, if someone else is running the arc, you're fucked.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, because I run the arc.
And it's
But
a tower a lot.
but if you have the one I do, what it's done is made me better at dodging, so I don't get hit because it's less armor.
Ugh.
But when someone throws an arc, it hits me. Does next to no damage, so I'll take
Sorry.
it. That's all right. It's been a week,
Yes, it has.
especially for Trump. The bloodbath.
Yeah, so what was up with that?
Well, Trump had a speech, and he was referring to the auto industry, and he said what he wanted to do. Now, this is a few days ago. I don't remember this, but he wanted to put tariffs back on China again.
Tariffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he said, paraphrasing, he's like, if I get in, I'm going to put tariffs back, 100% tariffs on these again. So we're not paying to get things to help our economy. And he said, if I don't get elected, it's going to end up being a bloodbath. He goes, so the left saw that. Of course, they're like, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath. And it's like, is he threatening to kill all the Democrats? Is that what he's doing? And I'm like,
here we go again.
yeah, pretty much. So,
But speaking of bloodbaths, didn't Pelosi suppress an email or a request or something like that for the 10,000 troops that Trump requested because of the rumors of the January 6th incident? It's going to be a bloodbath.
yeah, that's old news.
I know.
Yeah, that was during January 6th. Yeah, because Trump okayed what? You said 10,000?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a few days prior to January 6th.
And she denied it.
And her and some others denied it. Yeah, that was talked about like shortly thereafter.
And look at that bloodbath.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still splashing around that.
You got the actual audio here. Assuming anyway. There we go.
So,
This
folks, we're gonna.
This is the Trump tariff thing.
you'll
Where
have
the
to-
whole bloodbath thing comes from.
You'll have to do a copyright cover.
Why?
I don't know. For shits and
on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it.
What does that mean? And give.
So that was Trump saying the whole bloodbath thing. This is Mike Pence reacting to it.
How divided the country is. Does that language concern you? Particularly when it comes to political violence.
Well, first I want to commend you, Margaret, for putting that in context. I mean, I woke up this morning seeing online all the discussion about bloodbath, and as you've just reflected, the president was clearly talking about the impact of imports devastating the American automotive industry.
Was that clear to you? Because it was
I
a little
think
muddled.
It was. But look, I want people to know. Look.
I think it
the president
was.
And it was very clear for 4 years. The president and I have.
I don't know where it's muddled. Unless you want it to be desperately, I don't think that's muddled at all. It's very clear what he's talking about there.
This is my new favorite thing.
So-
This is a simple.
But you got to remember, we are also logical, coherent thought processing people. So we can see it and go, this is what I think it is. But let me just ask, hey, what did you mean by that? If you're a fucking crazy fuck, it's... He wants to grab my baby girl by her pussy. She's only 3 months old and becoming a boy and gay
But
and black.
he's become what? It's the opposite of Michael Jackson, but yeah. So obviously, I mean, it's obviously what he was talking about. Like, it's pretty
But
clear.
like I said,
think for
we are logical thinking people.
again. But if you want it to be something else, you'll stretch it to be that,
If you're
right?
fucking retarded, yeah.
So the Babylon
Just
Bee,
like everybody that wants things to be the way they are now. I want more than two genders. You're retarded. I want to be transracial. You're retarded. I want to be trans age. You're retarded. I want to be
isn't that's the most wild one to me is the trans age. I'm like,
transabled.
yeah, that one too.
Like the woman who blinded herself because she felt like she should have been born blind. You're retarded.
That's fucking wild too. But so the Babylon Bee found other instances when
My hands smell like you.
when Trump clearly would threaten other people. Here's one. Here's a list of them. When he told an actor to break a leg, wishing physical pain and suffering on an innocent Hollywood entertainer is no laughing matter. Or the time when he said that chocolate cake at Mar-a-Lago was to die for, calling all of his fanatical followers to die for his cause, of course. When he said he was going to crush the competition, literally announcing his plan to kill his competitors. How about when he told Kevin McAllister in Home Alone 2 that the lobby was down the hall and to the left, clearly code for genocide against the political left? How about when he was in New York, when he said the New York Jets were getting slaughtered, he obviously planned to murder the entire team. When he said, "Make America Great Again," this phrase harkens back to a time when there was great bloodshed, like the Civil War. How about when he told Melania she looked drop dead gorgeous?
Melania.
Pray for that poor woman's safety.
Melania.
Yes, Melania.
said Melina.
That's Elden Ring.
Yeah, I was going to say Melania. I was like, that's Elden Ring, but okay.
Hey, I've been there. On January 6th,
Did she drop dead?
when she's missing an arm. On January 6th, when he said, "You have to go home now. We have to have peace. We have to have law and order. There's never been a more dangerous, violent statement made in American history. That fucker.
And grab her by the pussy was the one thing you guys hated the most. I mean, for God's sakes, he wants his wife to drop dead.
Clearly. But yeah, the bloodbath thing, it was the most vile thing. He's wishing a bloodbath on the political progressive left.
I used to say that a lot, too.
We still do. That clearly has never been said by the left.
Reports tonight on the
Wait a minute.
bloodbath at the RNC.
Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath. Be a bloodbath. Not only is it going to be a bloodbath, but after they leave New Hampshire, it's a bloodbath on her home turf. That's really tough. Trump has left a lot of corpses in his wake. I mean, we can count the bodies as part of the, quote, MAGA drive to take over Maricopa County. And the headline refers to it as an impending bloodbath. Columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders.
It's been a bloodbath. They're shaping up to be a bloodbath.
Head off a bloodbath in next year's crucial midterm.
Off-year elections are often a bloodbath.
This week's bloodbath for Democrats, a bloodbath at the ballot box.
There could be a Republican bloodbath. They'll talk about a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath.
So you get the point, right? It's not like the Democrats would ever use that kind of language. It's crazy. You know what's funny? What's funny is I think it was Tim Pool's brother.
I got nothing.
Tim Pool's brother asked like an AI, like ChatGPT or something like that. It's like, what do you think Trump meant using the term bloodbath? And the AI said, the term bloodbath in this context usually, this is paraphrasing, it usually means like an extreme loss, so to speak, right? So then his brother tweets out or X's out, whatever. He said, look at that, ChatGPT is he goes, ChatGPT has now reached a higher intelligence level than the political left. Maybe one day they'll be smarter than humans.
Oh, God.
But again, I think it's pretty obvious what he was talking about.
Hold on, I got this.
Okay.
Okay, Google. What did Trump mean by it's going to be a bloodbath?
I can search the web for that. Just have them search chip below.
What?
Oh my God. Look at that. So that knows what a bloodbath is. Well, what's it say?
It comes up with all the articles about it.
So for as smart as it is, it's still not smart.
CBS News. This headline was freaking...
All right.
In Ohio campaign rally, Trump says there will be a bloodbath if he loses November election.
Yeah, see?
Former President Donald Trump claimed that he, not President Biden, will protect Social Security and warned of a bloodbath if he loses in November as he campaigned for Senate candidate Bernie Moreno in Ohio over the weekend. So CBS News.
Out of context, there it is.
CBS News. I am citing CBS News YouTube. Trump speaking on a wind-whipped airfield outside of Dayton Saturday praised his chosen candidate in the race as an America First champion and political outsider who has spent his entire life building up Ohio communities. He's going to be a warrior in Washington, Trump says, days after securing enough delegates to clinch the 2024 Republican nomination. Hold on.
President Biden sounded off on Donald Trump at the annual Gridiron Dinner in Washington Saturday night. At the off-camera event, he took aim at the former president's repeated stance on the 2020 election results, saying in part, embracing the January 6th insurrectionists pose the gravest threat to our democracy. But as this war of words continues, some are questioning former President Trump's rhetoric on the campaign trail, referring to January 6th rioters as hostages. That's what they are, as hostages. They've been treated fair.
All right, screw it. CBS, huh? That's weird. I trust CBS wholeheartedly. Why would they take something he said out of context like that?
I don't know. There's really nothing out of context, clearly. I mean, I read you the article with him wishing, like, breaking legs and everything else. I mean,
yeah, you're right.
He's a fucking loose cannon, that guy is. He's a funny motherfucker.
He's one righteous dude.
You listen, like, what Biden was just saying right there.
Yeah.
Like, the constant running platform for the Democrats right now is we have to stop Trump. But you never hear about, like, okay, what are you going to do, though?
Yeah.
Like, so, we have to stop him for our democracy. It's the same fucking same catchphrases we've heard over the last 2 years.
So how do you intend to secure our borders?
By stopping Trump.
Okay. How do you intend to aid the elderly?
We got to stop Trump.
Provide homes for homeless people.
It's Trump's fault they're homeless. We got to stop them.
Take care of our military personnel.
You know, if Trump was in office, we wouldn't have a military. We've got to stop Trump.
Grab women by the pussies.
Trump does that all the time.
Yeah, but we want to do that.
Oh, well, Trump wouldn't do that.
Oh, okay, you got my vote. Yeah. You literally just said Trump does it all the time. We love you.
Yeah. So that's their platform all the time. Their roadmap is just... okay, so you know when a game comes out with a roadmap, like a literal roadmap, and it'll show, like, we're going to have this DLC and this and then this. Mm-hmm. For the Democrats' running platform, it's a picture of Trump's fucking head. It's just like in every stop.
November 2024. No, wait, August 24. September 24.
Yeah.
October 24. November 24. December 24. January 25.
Yeah.
Still pictures of Trump.
Just Trump with an X through his head. Did you see the meltdown from the Young Turks, Anna Kasparian, about the two elderly that were found hacked to bits in New York City?
Oh, I heard about the elderly couple being killed.
The bail reform, like all four people that were, I don't know if they charged, but they were definitely brought in.
Yeah.
Were all let go without bond.
Without bail.
Without bail.
Yeah.
And Anna, like the Young Turks, is like this incredibly progressive left, extreme left. Like, I don't want to say anchors, but commentary, if anything. And Anna Kasparian is one of them, and she just goes fucking off. This isn't the first time she's gone off.
Oh no!
At the left,
isn't she the little girl who's stop flying jets? Or is it that little the girl, the eco girl?
No, that's oh shit. I know what you're talking about.
She was
everyone knows what you're talking about.
Entertaining person.
Oh, no, not her.
And yeah, she has her own private jet and flies around in it.
Isn't that something?
Something.
She's one of those mega pastors. Oh, that's a game person.
Dismembering a corpse and hiding a corpse after dismembering it. Not bail eligible. Not a serious crime. I'm not even kidding, guys. Like, when Joy Behar outlined that case, I was like, she's crazy. This isn't a thing.
Joy.
This isn't real. This isn't real.
The View.
So I looked it up. It's real, guys. It's real. Listen, if being on the left means supporting this, then I'm not on the left, and I'm okay with that. So let me give you the details of the case.
It doesn't mean that.
Okay, I don't know. Let me give you the details.
On the left. We're all on the left. We don't want people dismembering folks getting released. Only a couple of lunatic
Some do.
I know. When I was in the middle of saying, there's only a couple of lunatic activists are like, yeah, we're pro dismemberment guys being let go. Okay, whatever.
These poor criminals who dismembered bodies. It's so unfair to put them in prison. Okay, let me give you the details of the actual case, okay?
It gets fucking wild.
4 people were arrested in New York after body parts were found in Long Island. Okay, dismembered body parts. The victims were, two people from Yonkers, older individuals. Suffolk County Police say 44-year-old Stephen Brown, 38-year-old Jeffrey Mackey, 40-year-old Amanda Wallace, and 33-year-old Alexis Neves, were charged with concealment of a corpse, tampering with physical evidence, and hindering prosecution. They have not been charged with murder. Prosecutors told a judge there was so much blood in pipes, sink, shower, and toilet of the Railroad Avenue home in Amityville where the suspects were arrested that it was deemed uninhabitable. Police said they confiscated meat cleavers, butcher knives, flesh, and body parts. Attorneys for Brown and Mackey admitted that their clients lived in that home where the body parts and all that blood was found, but denied chopping up the 59-year-old woman and 53-year-old man whose last known address was in Yonkers. Wallace also lived with Brown and Mackey in Amityville. Police said that Knives is homeless. Okay. All four pleaded not guilty. The judge released them without bail. They were fitted with GPS monitoring and must report in-person probation and surrender their passports.
I don't care about their passports.
Dude, guys, like what? Okay, so did further research because I just couldn't believe it. Here's more. With 2019 state reforms, mutilation and disposal of murdered corpses are among crimes that are no longer bail eligible. The DA said the four went to barbaric lengths to cover the crime. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing, Jank? What are we doing? What are we doing? Someone tell me, what the F are we doing?
Yeah, look, no one signed up for this. I don't know how the hell any of these laws passed. I went to every progressive conference there.
We talked about the bail reform a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I think while we were talking about it, we're pretty standard that anybody that was against the bail reform in New York was like, this is a bad idea. This just has, because I think we brought up the list of some of the things they covered.
I do remember.
And some of it was like, I don't see how this is a good idea. And then fast forward however many years since we talked, like a year and a half, 2 years. But yeah, since this came out, 5 years. Like we brought it up like a year and a half, 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, here we are.
We made jokes. We gotta fucking stop.
But I mean, and unfortunately, it cost two fucking middle-aged old people their lives. But yeah, this is exactly
what their death is on our hands.
This is exactly what we're talking about, though. Like, you can't just fucking make up rules and be like, listen, we're gonna get rid of bail reform, and a lot of crazy ass crimes, not all violent. Some of them were like, okay, if you have like $100 worth of marijuana or whatever the fuck, just throwing a number out there, we're not going to bring you in for bail. Okay, fine, whatever. Because most of the time, it's not violent criminals that have that kind of shit. Yeah. But for like common sense would just tell somebody, hey, and it was even said here, chopping up a body, a dead body, whatever body. Maybe you should bring them in. But
So,
it's like, no, we're not going to do that. It doesn't count anymore.
Here's the thing. I remember the left proposed this. The proposal was Democratic based in New York.
Yeah, it's New York, so.
So I wonder if they did that because they've been riding the coattails of, racism in society, racism in the program, racism on the streets, racism in law enforcement. I wonder, see, this is where I'm starting to think the left, as crazy as they are, I think these fuckers are doing it on purpose.
Think?
No, I mean they're acting crazy and saying some stupid shit, but in the background, they're planning 3-4 moves ahead.
Oh, of course they are.
Because
we've said that before. Like they are the thing that the left is that the Republicans are just not, is they're very well organized. Republicans are very reactionary, they're complacent, and they go, they give and give. And this is the biggest reason why I've said before, the right now is the moderate center 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Because the right is constantly like, all right, well, we're not going to give you this, but we'll give you a little of this. And we've done that for 15 or 20 fucking years. So now what the extreme right is even if you said, okay, I don't think, I'm all for abortion, but I'm not really sure about this whole gender reassignment thing for a 10-year-old. Well, now you're a fucking extreme right-wing MAGA person. Because you're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Because that's the direction it's gone. And a big part of that is because the right constantly just gives a little, gives a little, gives a little.
Give an inch, they rape before a mile.
Yeah. And yeah, that's really what's happened. It's because
it's happened to you before?
I mean, the
onion?
Left, yeah, yes. Oh, my, well, the
Did
left.
you say it again, or I mean?
Yes.
What did you say?
I mean.
Because it sounds like just an onion. I'm like,
onion.
the onion. I was saying maybe I heard you entirely wrong then. Okay.
Yeah, but the left is very well organized. So when you say it's like I think they're doing this purposely, it's like probably. I think what that was because remember it was huge, a big talking point of how the prison system is like there's just entirely way too many people in prison, so we're going to do bail reform so we don't have a shit ton of people in the prison. Yeah. Well, when they did bail reform, the things they put on the list of like we're not going to bring them in on bail and hold them to whenever is some of the shit is fucking batshit crazy, clearly. So
apparently in New York I can chop up a body, hide it, dispose of it improperly, and as long as I don't plead guilty to the murder,
yeah, you can at least walk for a little bit.
I'm not going to get in trouble. Until they find DNA samples inside the body.
I don't remember what I just said, but that's it. No, I talking about just crazy ass like rules and shit like that. I finished watching Quiet on the Set.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude!
A lot of our childhood.
Oh my god! It's not. Well, yes. Some of the stuff happened when like we were kids, and so like watching all that and stuff like that, like the original cast of all that.
Yes, Kenan and Kel.
That's like where
Amanda Bynes.
Yeah, that was a big one. Was Amanda Bynes? She's gone. Like I didn't really pay much attention to Nickelodeon. Like her story is probably one of the more vanilla ones. The worst one was Josh something or other.
Bell.
Is that his name?
Drake Bell.
From Drake and Josh?
Drake Bell.
No, it was Josh. It wasn't. The heavy one was Drake.
No, the heavy one was Josh.
Was it?
Yes.
Okay.
Josh and Drake. It was Josh Peck and Drake Bell.
Okay.
Drake and Josh.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I want to say it was. Maybe it was, but.
Trust me, I had a niece who was obsessed with that fucking
show.
You? And it was because of my kid brother and me.
Yeah, you're right, Drake Bell.
Yeah. And my niece, and we were like two big brothers and her being the little sister.
Yeah.
And because we were complete opposites, we were like the step brothers. So it was fucking my niece. Oh, she loved that show.
The story behind that is fucking crazy. There was like three in the documentary. There was like three main pedophiles really that they focused on. One of them was
two of them. I think were acting coach. No, two of them were producers, and one was an acting coach.
One was a producer / acting coach. The third one was like a guy that works security or some shit on set. They didn't really cover much in that because there wasn't much to cover on that. At least not in the documentary. The second one, the middle one, the one that was directly involved with Drake, that one is fucking like crazy. And if you saw him, he just looks like he's the kind of face that like you'd see him, and then later someone would be like, "Oh, did you see this person? He looks like this." You're like, I don't. Like you wouldn't picture him at all. He's just a regular guy. He looks like a regular guy. The way Drake was explaining everything, like just minus all the backstory, they asked him, "What did he do to you?" and he goes, and you can tell he's never really talked about it before because this is the first time he talked about it in public. Because he was always listed as John Doe because he was under, what is he?
He was a minor.
He was 14 or
15.
16 when it happened, I think. Yeah, so he was always listed as John Doe, so it wasn't really out there until now. Now it's really out there. He's clearly uncomfortable talking about it, and he goes, think of the worst possible things someone could do to another person, a kid. It was probably worse than that. And that's where he left it. And that's what I was like, fuck, man. That's, you don't really think much. I didn't really think much about what had happened to him. I was just like, all right, it's fucking bad. And then he doesn't say it, but they have the charges and everything, like in the court and the paperwork, and they show what like sodomy, penetration, forced penetration, foreign objects. Or, like, every fucking thing that you could think of. It's like, Jesus Christ. Like, it was fucking wild. And the really thing that kind of stuck out to me was everything had happened before they even shot the pilot for Drake and Josh. So when he was doing that show, all that had already happened. Like, leading up to that. In, like, a few months span. It was fucking crazy, though.
Damn.
Yeah, and then there were other characters or other actors.
Miranda Cosgrove, Jeanette McCurdy,
yep,
Ariana Grande. I know Drake and Josh. Nothing's ever come.
I think that Ariana, that's the one who was like squeezing the fucking potato. And it's like, come on, give me the juice. And it's like, I wonder if you can. I think that was the one that. I wonder if you can drink water upside down. And then it shows her laying on the bed with her head off the side of the bed, and then she takes like water and dumps it on herself, like all running down herself. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But again, that's one of those like hindsight's 20/20 things. Like, you look at it now clearly, especially in the documentary, you're like, what the fuck? Like,
but that's just
but then is like yeah, we see it now. We're like, how the fuck did we miss that? But back then, you're like, you think twice about it.
But that's just it, though. I mean this in the nicest way possible. How is some of this shit going to be taken on TV, the cartoons, the jokes, the fucking double entendres, the puns, with this generation of people that we just fucking got out of, thank God, for eating Tide Pods? I'm not saying it's okay for a fucking 13-year-old girl on any TV show to be pouring water on her chest trying to drink it upside down. Right. It's not okay. Not okay at all. But the 13-year-old to the 11 to 15-year-old demographic cartoons that were going on during, what was it, like 5-6 years ago? Kids were eating Tide Pods.
Was it something? Yeah, it was something like that.
It was legit a thing. Kids were trying to
I know it was
eat Tide
a thing,
Pods.
but I don't remember when. Like, it could have been 10 years
ago.
So,
the jokes that were going on in the cartoons then, was it a hidden agenda? That one, yeah, probably.
Well, that was the main like writer producer, Dan something or other.
Dan Schneider.
Yeah, is it Schneider?
Schneider.
Yeah, that was him. His story was really that he was weirdly close to Amanda Bynes.
Cosgrove too. Miranda Cosgrove, yeah.
That was the one before, right?
No, Amanda Bynes was first, and Miranda Cosgrove was second.
There was one before that he was close to too, and then Amanda Bynes. No, Amanda Bynes came in and was like the new one that replaced her. It's a blonde girl. And then like Amanda Bynes.
Melissa Joan Hart?
No, it wasn't her. That one I would have known.
Regardless, really quick before I forget. Like I said, I don't think any of them are depicting any child in that nature of any way, shape, or form.
Right.
If that's the extent you got to go to make your show famous, don't do the fucking show. Fucking go back to the old cliche stoner jokes.
That's the thing is like
Wesley Pipes.
The parents were clearly. I mean, they're the guardians. They're there. But the thing is all the parents had the same story. It's like, man, this is your kid's final break, and I can understand this. So when things are weird, like, obviously nothing's direct and like right out in front.
Yeah.
It can't be. But things like, and this is one where, dude, I fucking like, I sat there in the chair watching Drake's dad talk about everything. And fuck, man, I choked up. And like, because he knew right off the bat, he's like, I don't like how close this whatever his name is getting to Drake.
Yeah.
And like, he knew something was off about the whole thing. And the way this, fuck, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Doesn't matter. The
piece of shit, we'll call him.
Yeah, the way he was positioning him, he was playing a fucking game of chess, positioning people. He got Drake to get his dad out of like being his manager. He got his mom in. Now his mom didn't want to travel all the time to Hollywood to do all this shit. So then what's his face was like, well, I'll drive him back and forth and do whatever. So he positioned himself perfectly. Get the threat out of there. Put someone who's more laxed in there. I'll take care of him. Okay, whatever.
You're a trusted face.
What do I have to, I have nothing to worry about.
Besides my son's virginity.
He put himself in a position to where it was perfect. The first time everything happened, Drake said he woke up to this guy fucking like doing whatever to him. And he's like, I didn't know what to do. He goes, because your first reaction is like, well, get the fuck out of there. And he goes, but, what do I do? Call my mom. It's like, listen, this is what happened. And then just sit and wait with him. Like, to come and pick him up. Like, but I mean, seriously, like, what do you fucking do?
It's not fun.
So that's Futurama and Family Guy and everything. It's like,
yeah.
So, do you want pancakes?
The episode of Peter Griffin with the rhino. Why wouldn't you look at me during? The rhino gets up and leaves the bed. Doesn't say a word to Peter. No, it's all jokes aside. At that point, what can you do?
No, and I understand, his father's still fucking, like, wrecked over it. Because when everything came out, when they arrested this guy, Drake called his father and said, hey, did you hear they arrested whatever? And his father goes, oh, they finally got him. I knew there was something wrong with him. He goes, who was it? And Drake couldn't bring himself initially to tell him it was fucking him.
Yeah. He was fucking him.
Literally. Like, he couldn't bring himself to say that. It's like, oh, I don't know. Like, and then when he found out, like, fucking, like I said, his father still, like, as soon as he brought it up, he's like, and I completely get it. Like, if it was my kid there and all that happened, I'm like,
I'm catching a life sentence.
If I had just said no and even cost my kid their chance for that show or whatever, worth it. I mean, like I said, he knew right off the bat. It's like, there's something fucking screwy with that. And you know what's fucking crazy too? The people, there's two things. One is, while it was happening, his dad is like, I don't like trust this guy around. And the defense was like, oh, he's gay. You're homophobic? You're not afraid of, like, homophobic, are you? And I'm like, what? And I was like, I said the same thing that Hodge twins always say. Like, ain't fucking no one afraid of a gay person. But that,
ain't no one afraid of fucking a gay person either.
But that's like,
wait, what?
That's the defense that was used while it was happening. It's like, no, it's like, he's gay. That's just the way he is. When they went to court and everything happened, he got arrested and Drake went to, like, testify and the whole court thing. The wild thing was, Drake goes, his side of the courtroom was fucking packed of people supporting Shithead. Drake's was his mom, like his brother, and I think it was like a third person. And that was it. There was, how you can write letters to say, like, oh, I don't think the sentence should be this, like the people that are supporting what's-his-face. The number of the people that were on that list was different producers, people that have writers or producers for the X-Men. Corey's older brother on Boy Meets World. I can't remember his name.
Corey Feldman. No, Corey. Oh, I know who you're talking about.
No. Corey, the character Corey.
Yeah.
All right, his older brother, one with long hair.
Yes.
And he was kind of dopey. His best friend in the show. The guy with the fucking huge ass mouth. Like,
yeah.
he was another one that said, I think he's already gone through enough trouble during all this. There were fucking people that were writing in saying victim blaming, essentially. Like how we always joke, verbatim doing that. Like in a serious tone. It's like, well, I'm sure if this was brought about or like these things happen, he must have been greatly pushed into that scenario. The temptation must have been crazy as fuck. And she even said the whole thing with feminism is like temptation shouldn't be a thing. Like if you're dressed a certain way, like you shouldn't, like there shouldn't be any temptation regardless to where you act on it. So now what happened here is just that same thing. Well, the temptation must have been incredibly great because it was a woman too that was like fucking saying this. Yeah, it was a fucking woman that was saying this. Like, well, the temptation must have been incredibly great for him to actually act on it. Blaming fucking Drake. What an asshole. Like, it's just watching it. It was fucking wild.
I gotta watch this.
It was good. I think we got it through Amazon Prime, the premium or whatever.
I know it's available on.
It's on Apple TV, or evidently, but then we got Apple TV, and then it wasn't on. So we went through Amazon Prime Premium or whatever and watched it on there. But however you watch it, fucking dude.
Quiet on set. Where to watch?
The whole thing is just fucking,
Max.
Yeah, it's on. I think it's. Is it regular Max or is it like the premium? Because most of them are fucking like. One of the places, YouTube TV Premium, but it's like $70 a month. I'm like, what? I'm not gonna spend $70 a month to watch that shit.
Oh, I gotta update it first. Stupid HBO Max.
Yeah, so that's a side note. Like I didn't actually have that in any kind of point, but I did watch it. We finished it yesterday, and holy shit,
Excuse me.
It's worth a watch. Definitely worth the watch.
Check it out.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's fucking crazy though.
I'm trying to think any other points in there, like major ones like that. Like I said, the one that was crazy was just the courtroom, like the whole scene. You're like, what? What the fuck? Yesterday, I think it was yesterday, this morning, Congress passed that $1.2 trillion bill. Is that? You want to know what was in it?
I heard some crazy shit. I saw the TikTok you sent. I've seen some more TikToks. Did you send me a TikTok of it? Like a dead lady's organization. She got a $500,000 fucking.
I don't know if I might have sent it to you. I didn't. That was Dianne Feinstein. After death.
Yes.
San Diego DEI. Diversity, Equity, Inclusion. $500,000.
She's dead, by the way.
For a non-racist zoo.
Yes. So kids of different of other color and a social class or whatever can go and observe the animals.
I think what they're going to do is put all the animals in one pen together. We're going to include everybody together. So fucking monkeys are going to get ripped apart by apes and shit like that. You ever watch that? Like, what, baboons and shit just eat monkeys alive and stuff? Like, yeah, it'd be great for kids.
Oh, fuck yeah.
It'd be better than touring a prison.
Baboons are some of the most vicious, though.
Yeah, they are. Fuckers.
Fucking fangs. Oh.
Yeah, and they'll have tigers in with fucking llamas. And
that was what was in the Creep Show. The crate. Remember? The baboon under the stairs?
That wasn't a baboon.
Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. That was Fluffy. It wasn't a baboon.
What was it? For the episode with the crate where...
I know what you're talking about. It wasn't a baboon. Look it up. It wasn't even close to a baboon. I would say it's more of a wolf-ish thing. Like a werewolf, maybe?
Was the creature...
From the Black Lagoon.
In the crate... In Creep Show. There it is.
Yeah.
Fluffy the Crate Beast. Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Try to challenge me and my Creep Show horror knowledge.
Well, hold on. No, because in the comic book, it looked more baboonish. Yeah. That looks like a fucking super baboon. That was in the comic. I'm not stupid. I don't know why I do.
Why'd you say it like that?
Fuck off.
Anyway, so yeah, the $1 trillion bill. San Diego DEI Zoo, $500,000. An activist group got $400,000 for gender hiding clothing, like tuck pants and chest binders.
Yep.
They also were they have $400,000 for teaching elementary kids about being trans.
Yep.
That's mandatory.
Yep.
A gay senior citizens home in Boston.
In Boston, yes.
$850,000.
I saw that one.
Egyptian tuition.
Yeah, they're not coming to America to be taught. We're sending them, I think we're sending, what,
$15 million.
$15 million. We can't fucking, oh my God. We can't pay for the fucking kids in America to go to college.
It makes sense why nobody's getting anything back for taxes this year. We clearly had to pay for all this. $1.2 trillion. At least I know the fucking gay old people in Boston will be taken care of. Like, bingo night will be flamboyant and colorful. Maybe they'll have little sparklers. It'd be perfect.
And my kid, who was born in America, looks more Italian than me almost, won't get a single fucking dime or dollar to help him through college, but people in another fucking country are going to get their college tuitions paid for.
You know what's wild is, like, through all this, like, we talk about all these crazy stuff, all these crazy things, and it's things that you say like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, in some cases, you're like, oh, they're trying to do this, and then people are like, that's conspiracy theory, it's not real. They're not trying to do that. And then it becomes like normalized. They're like, well, it is real and it's a good thing. So like they just kind of flip the script on it. There's
Yep.
There's a
Go fuck yourself.
The deep state now evidently is a good thing. Let me see if I can find this here. You know how everything's always said like, oh, the deep state's bad. They're trying to control this, trying to control that.
Yep.
Well, there's an article now, I think it was the New York Times, that had claimed that now they're claiming, one is the deep state was always like this conspiracy theory for decades, really. Mm-hmm. And now it's come out and be like, all right, there is a deep state. But it's a good thing. It's a good thing that there's a deep state. Well, it's New York Times. They're probably going to block me out. Yeah, as America closes in on a major election, mistrust is brewing around the mysterious government entity that's now denounced as... Oh, yeah, they won't let me...
Hold on.
That's now denounced in... Yeah. It keeps kicking me out. Because it's New York Times. Oh, wait a minute. I might have something right here. Yeah, New York Times opinion video declares deep state is kind of awesome. Okay, so this is through Fox News, but maybe I can get the point across here. New York Times video opinion team took a cross-country trip for a project to humanize the deep state, declaring it to be, quote, kind of awesome, end quote, in its new report. The piece, which is part of an article, part video essay, took aim at former President Trump's consistent rhetoric attacks against the deep state, the catchphrase, often derogatory, employed for unelected bureaucrats he and his supporters believe work to stymie his agenda. To paint Trump's claims as paranoid, the authors traveled to meet various federal government workers throughout the country and put a spotlight on how normal and down-to-earth they are. Of course they are. As we met the Americans who are being dismantled as public enemies, we discovered that they are us. Like Taylor Swift, they dance Bhakta. They go to bed at night watching Star Trek reruns. They go to work and do their job saving us from Armageddon. The corresponding video depicted brief interviews with individuals working at the Environmental Protection Agency, the Marshall Space Flight Center, and other U.S. government agencies. When we hear deep state, instead of recoiling, we should rally. We should think about the workers, otherwise known as our public servants, the everyday superheroes who wake up ready to dedicate their careers and to save, and their lives to serving us. Okay, so deep state, good thing now, right? That's like the normal trend.
Warm
Deep state,
and comforting.
yeah, the deep state is normal people or conspiracy theorists. Back in the day, there's a deep state, and they're trying to take everything over, and they've done atrocities in American past. That's conspiracy theory. You're a fucking nut, right?
Today,
now deep state is real, but it's good thing. Good thing is good. Mind you, the deep state is the same deep state that did Operation Northwoods. That's the one which it includes Bingo and Mongoose, Operations Bingo and Mongoose. That's the Cuban project, also known as Operation Mongoose, which is an extensive campaign of terrorist attacks against civilians and covert operations carried out by the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency in Cuba. It was originally authorized on November 30th, 1961 by President John F. Kennedy. That was the one that they were going to use to get into Cuba, Northwoods, to fight Cuba, like go to war against them. The same deep state that JFK was allegedly assassinated by. The same deep state that RFK was assassinated by. The same deep state that did Operation Mockingbird. Oh, God. What's Mockingbird? An alleged large-scale program in the United States Central Intelligence Agency that began in the early years of the Cold War and attempted to manipulate domestic American news media organizations for propaganda purposes. According to author Deborah Davis, Operation Mockingbird recruited leading American journalists into a propaganda network and influenced the operations of front groups. CIA support of front groups was exposed when an April 1967 Ramparts article reported that National Student Association received funding from the CIA in 1975. Church Committee congressional investigations revealed the agency's connections with journalists and civic groups. Also, the deep state that did the Tuskegee experiments. That was the U.S. Public Health Service. Untreated syphilis studies at Tuskegee was conducted between 1932 and 1972 to observe natural history of untreated syphilis. As part of the study, researchers did not collect informed consent from participants, and they did not offer treatment even after it was widely available.
40 years.
This is another instance, like I said, when fake news and conspiracy theories... when something is fake news and a conspiracy theory, and then it becomes a good thing. Like children being indoctrinated in schools with sexual materials. That's not happening. That's not happening. That's not happening. It's
a good thing that it's happening.
And then suddenly, yeah, exactly what that is. And then it's like, well, what about these books? No, it's a good thing. They need to know this. The New York Times has also been quoted as saying that critical thinking is a bad thing, detrimental, dangerous. You know what's with the whole thing? Alex Jones talk about like this is a bad thing and you're crazy. Alex Jones for like the last 20 years has said they're going to normalize military personnel walking around in normal public areas to get people used to seeing martial law, basically. And now in New York City subways,
yep,
it's exactly what you see.
Guard there,
and they're not checking for like illegals and things of that nature. They're checking to make sure that normal people don't have firearms and things to defend themselves. What's his face? Penny there. The guy that choked out the homeless guy, like last fall or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? It's things of that reason. They're like, and he's being charged with fucking manslaughter. What the fuck he's being charged with? 2nd-degree murder. Yeah, right?
You saw that, right?
Oh, it's an ant?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Penny! So we had a guest, but then
I'm the only fucking guest on this show.
Charlie just murdered him.
I can't prove it.
I think the last thing I'll cover here is the TikTok thing.
Oh, God, yeah, they're trying to ban that again.
I think
No, they're not trying to ban it.
Yeah.
They want to have a hand in it.
Yeah. I know a lot of people. So I got two sides of this. And I see two sides of this. One is the banning of TikTok, just getting away from the bill. The banning of TikTok really isn't a bad thing. And for the reason of China having its hand in it, or ByteDance, who is in direct relation with the CCP having its hand in it. Mm-hmm. Clearly that's not a good thing, because they use the algorithm, and there is no arguing this. The youth of today is fucking out there. Just the fact that when TikTok blasted its algorithm out to have people say, hey, don't let them ban us. And the youth, there was people on there that were calling up the representatives and threatening to kill themselves because of a fucking social media app.
Yeah.
That's a problem. That's a mental sickness.
That's a chemical. That's a mental. That's an addiction.
Yeah. Now, going and like what she said before, that's like an abusive relationship. It's like, well, I'm going to kill myself if you leave. I'm like, and I'm like, okay.
No, you won't.
Yeah. Yeah, prove it.
Well, then leave me. I'm going. I'm going to kill myself. I'm out the door. But I didn't hear a gunshot.
But now in regards to the actual banning of TikTok, it doesn't ban TikTok at all. The bill is what a lot of Republicans were saying was like, this bill, if they pass it, will open up the floodgates to ban all websites and things, which it doesn't do. Like, if the bill is very short. You can read it pretty quickly, and it's very direct in what it is actually saying. And it's very specific. It's dealing with TikTok. Now, if you want to make the argument, if they pass a bill that's directly aimed at TikTok right now, that could open up the door to directly attack some other website or something later down the line.
Discord,
yeah,
MetaQuest, yeah, whatever.
That's a different argument. But as far as what this bill is doing, it's very direct at what they're trying to do. And that's basically it. They said, CCP, we don't want you sitting at the table. You're out. Or ByteDance in this.
Yeah.
And it's basically the CCP. That's what they want to do. It doesn't ban TikTok, because you can still go on any browser, type in tiktok.us and go to the page and download whatever fucking file and actually create the shortcut on your phone. Like I've done with a few different websites on my phone. Mm-hmm. You can still do that, because there's still servers in Canada and Jamaica and wherever the fuck that will host it. It's just not going to be hosted in the United States. So it doesn't outright ban it. It just doesn't make it available on your app store. Big fucking deal. And I know at this day and age, it's got to be easy. And if it's not fucking 1, 2... But that's what that is. Yeah, so after 165 days, if TikTok doesn't divest and basically say, ByteDance, you're out, TikTok will no longer be offered in Apple or Android app stores, and American servers will not be able to host it. It doesn't ban the app for users. It still will be on servers around the world. Many of the apps that we use today are hosted by platforms that are in foreign servers. Yeah, you can get an APK file. That's what it is, and install it on your phone, because you can't ban the internet yet. We're not there yet. More importantly, there'll be... Oh, yeah. Here's a fucking crazy one, too. If people are so up in arms about TikTok, if they paid attention to the other bills right now that are currently trying to be passed... TikTok would be the least of their worries. Right now, there's a bill that's like they're trying to pass right now that would give the president complete authority to distribute oil as he saw fit. There's another one where they're saying it would give the United States government the ability to go into any farms and completely shut the farm down.
God damn.
Like, there's other bills on a daily that are in there that are way fucking crazier than the TikTok thing.
Fuck, I had a joke in there. God damn it, never mind.
And now it's gone.
Yep, it's gone.
Here's a joke.
Just like the fire in my spirit.
You see the EA dev?
No.
That one woman, the developer, some black woman that says she doesn't hire white people.
Oh, yeah, she's got. Oh, yes, I have seen that.
Yeah, and then she's like, "Why?" She's like, "Cause I want to work in a environment that's safe." So she doesn't hire black people or
white people.
Yeah, white people.
Yeah,
I'm like, how does that work? But that's just one of those things. Again, it's like that.
If a white person did it,
Yeah.
it'd be the wrong thing. That
Holy shit balls.
It'd be literally your balls full of holy shit and exploding.
Exploding balls.
Exploding holy shit balls. Exploding balls of holy shit.
Well, I guess I'm gonna get ready for the solar eclipse.
Yeah, when is that?
A couple weeks yet. I think it's like April
18th.
18th or 8th or something like that. There's an
Okay,
8 in there.
Google.
Maybe 48th. I don't know.
When is the next solar eclipse?
April 38th.
According to NASA science, after the total solar eclipse on April
18th. Yeah, 8th. You're right.
Is it 8th?
It says 8th. I said 18th over it. So
18th. It's like, wait, which is it? You see, they're deploying like the fucking National Guard and shit. They gave the kids out in the Midwest the day off from school.
For this?
Yeah. And no one could actually figure out why. There was, I guess there was some public service announcements or some shit that said stock up with food for a few weeks. I'm like, what the fuck is it? Okay, so either one,
we're all gonna die.
yeah, it's like either
It's
one.
gonna be a bloodbath.
They're saying that it's like there's going to be like another one of those like toilet paper issues like during the COVID where we have a fucking problem like that, or is this going to be like a solar flare that's going to knock the power grid out and like there's a bunch of the Midwest is going to go down and they didn't know it? Like, is that going to happen? Then you won't have to worry about TikTok because no one will be on it.
The only thing I'm gonna worry about:
hell divers.
Hell divers.
Oh no!
Well, time to figure out how to connect to the internet. You have the hand crank lamp.
I do. I got that.
Wire that to your fucking wireless router.
Yeah, but that can't create the internet. We need Starlink. No, they'll knock that all out. Fuck me.
How about Skynet?
That's not good either. Aren't they creating that? Didn't we cover that? Aren't they creating a Skynet? Fuck.
And now we have an automaton video game that we play to practice
That
with.
is. Did you see that? Speaking of Skynet, did you see that one video of the actual Android?
Yes.
Like moving fucking plates around in Apple.
And it actually has like a visor.
Yes.
And the one guy, I think the guy asked, like, what's in front of you? I see you. I see this. You're wearing
the
this.
apple and the plate.
He
and
describes,
shit.
yes, he describes all the things in front of him.
And he's like, "Why'd you give me the apple?" And they had like the paw, the fucking robot had like the pause in his speech as he was describing why he gave him the apple. And he's like, well, that was the only edible thing that was in front of me that I could present to you, or whatever the fuck it was."
Yeah.
Man,
hi robot.
I don't like this. There's some things that are weird that it just doesn't check out.
When you wake up to getting a blowjob from a cyborg, a robot, then I think we've crossed the line.
Bestfriends.com. My buddy. Oh, that was a real one. What was it? Oh, Good Guy Doll.
Good Guy Doll. Hold on a second.
My buddy was the real life version of that. I don't know if it went on a mass murdering spree, but
Who was that?
My Buddy. You don't remember that?
Oh, yes.
That was
yes.
back in the late 80s, like Teddy Ruxpin.
Yeah.
That was the mid 80s.
The Sucky Doll is what they based it off.
Well, no, yeah.
Yeah. Me on the way to my physical labor job, knowing there's some Asian chick sitting in her apartment wearing cat ears with a tentacle dildo shoved in her ass, making way more money than me. Now I'm angry and erect.
Isn't that's fucking crazy? The whole thing is crazy.
Because it's all true.
Every aspect of that is 100% true, or 110% true, like in Helldivers.
People you may know.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no. It's bad shit with painted nipples. Smoking a crack pipe.
Oh, I got a story for you after this. Bye.
Sucks to be you, losers.